And now I'm joined by Dr. Tiffany Anderson, the superintendent with Topeka Public Schools. Good morning, and thank you so much for being here.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Well, let's talk about your outfit. You look adorable. I mean, I know the outcome of the game didn't necessarily fall in line with the way some of you might have wanted, but
Yeah, well, you know what? We learned so much from the Chiefs. Okay, so in fact, I'm wearing my Patrick Mahomes socks today because, you know, our students really learn a lot of character lessons about working as a team, picking yourself back up, and I love his messages at the end. He takes accountability. He talks about the team playing all the way to the end. There's so much you can learn. Even the other team, after praising God and all of those things, the coach then said, you know, you got to surround yourself with greatness. We have two great teams that played last night, and even when the game doesn't come out the way that you want, and that's like life, pick yourself back up and know that you really played hard, and then there's always the next day and the next year in this case.
Right. And last week, you know, you guys brought the spirit to the schools. Yes. Why don't you tell us a little bit about last week and all that spirit?
You know, the wonderful thing about the Chiefs, and perhaps any sport, but in particular the Chiefs, it brings everyone together. So we have always had a theme. This is my 9th year of working as a team for continuous improvement. In fact, I brought you this ball. It says working as a team for continuous improvement. I love it. And so it's one of those Topeka Chiefs balls. But, you know, we give those out at homecoming. We start the year with that. And we really surround ourselves about we are better together, and we rely on one another to do great things. In fact, we love KSNT as part of the team of highlighting the great things that are ongoing. So Chief Spirit is all year. It's not a one-day thing. It's not just a Super Bowl. That's the big game. So our Chiefs Day is state testing. So we tell everyone that we're gearing up for this Super Bowl of learning, and we look forward to our students still staying in that game and getting ready for that big day.
Yeah, well, I actually, before we move on to something else, I want to bring up snow days because we have some snow in our forecast this week. So what is that looking like this week?
You know, first of all, I got to thank Eli. He is like right on. Every time he gives the prediction or the forecast, he is so good. So with that, we really kind of rely on that. So looking at that in advance, we've built in a number of days. So our calendar, if you're a parent watching right now, know that on the calendar on the very end, it says, if there are no snow days, we end on this day in May. If there are snow days, here are 2 additional days that we build in at the very end to end, still in May, but we build that in. It used to be that we end at the very end no matter whether we had snow or not. Right. Now we get out early when we don't have snow. We go the full calendar at the very end. Right now we're fine. So if we don't have snow days, we're still okay.
Still on track.
Yeah, we are still on track. But we have those days already built in. So at the very end of the year, if parents look at the calendar, they're going to see inclement weather days, but we still get out in May.
Well, February is Black History Month, and first off, congratulations to you for making history as the first Black woman to serve as superintendent in Topeka. That is awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, how are the schools celebrating?
Oh my gosh, it's such an honor to be in Topeka. It's the home of the place that really changed the nation's schools and ensuring that legal segregation ended. So every school is doing something, every elementary, every middle, every high. And then we have people who've just made history. So Dr. Brill New, who's now in the State Board of Education. She was the first Black female principal at Highland Park High School.
Wow.
We now have another person of color, Mrs. Julie Watson, who's amazing as well, leading. You know, you can't get there unless you have people that come before you and know what's possible. At Ross Elementary, oh my goodness, Dr. Gardner, young fellow there. His father was one of the first African-American principals in Topeka before him years ago. So it's just incredible. But every school is doing something. So we encourage people to shout out those firsts that they know of, and we look forward to the activities ahead.
Well, that's wonderful, and thank you so much for joining us this morning.